Hello guys, how are you doing? My name is Winfred and welcome to this channel where it's all about easy meals at home. Today is not any different. We are making yet another beef stew. I know we've done stews before, but this one will also take you by surprise. So join me and see the simple ingredients that we can use and come up with yet another twist in our stews. Now this is our beef. It's a kilo of beef. I've got here wine. I'm going to use white wine, 100 ml, and then garlic, 6 cloves, and this is mchuzi mix, a tablespoon, and then 4 cloves, oregano, a teaspoon. I'm going to use curry powder, a tablespoon. I'm going to use cardamom powder, a teaspoon, black pepper, quarter teaspoon, paprika, a teaspoon, mchuzi mix, beef masala, a teaspoon, and then I'll use some cummin, a teaspoon. I'll use 6 baby tomatoes, 1 green big bell pepper, and 3 medium-sized purple onions, 2 carrots chopped up to that size, and cornmeal. So straight away we put our pan on fire and get cooking. Now I've put about 3 tablespoons of oil, and now I'm introducing our meat. Now I'm going to give this a quick stir and then add some bit of salt, just a little bit. We'll add more salt later, but right now I'm just putting in to season the meat. And I'm going to allow it to cook until I see it has browned a bit. But I'm not going to cover, so don't cover. Allow it to cook on high heat until it's browned. Now I'm going to add some bit of soy sauce. This will help with the coloring and also the flavoring. And I'll stir this until my meat is all colored right. Now after about 5 minutes of stirring, I'm going to take out the beef and leave the pot with the sauces that are still at the bottom. We are going to use the same pan to do the rest of the things. Now after removing the meat, I'm pouring the onions. I'm going to stir this for about 2 minutes until they have cooked through a bit, and then I'll add garlic. Now time for the garlic, and also give this one a quick stir and allow it to get to know the onions very well before I add in something else. Now I'm putting also the cloves, the tomatoes. I'm going to allow the tomatoes to cook for a bit before I open and put something else. Now all I'm doing is giving a quick stir to our vegetables and adding the spices. Now because it's this, they are going to be a bit thick, so I need to add the meat right away. And then give this a quick stir. And then I'm going to add, after the meat has gotten to know the ingredients very well, I'm going to add in the wine. Now to this I'm going to add our wine, 100 ml. These guys will act as a tenderizer and our meat will come out soft. So what I'm going to do now is just cover this and let it cook until the wine has been absorbed by the meat. And then I'll open and put in something else. Now I've given it about 10 minutes of cooking on low heat. I'm going to add stock now and salt. Remember we put in a little bit of salt earlier just to give it some taste. Now I'm going to add in a little bit more salt and allow this to cook again for another 20 minutes. You can add salt according to your preference, so go on and add, and the sauce will reduce. Once it is reduced, then we'll add other ingredients. Now our stew is nearly there, but just before we take it off, you first ensure that the sauce has reduced and thickened. Then you add in the carrots. The reason we are doing it this way is because you want to still be able to see that orange from our carrots. And then I'm also going to be adding a bit later, but I'll let this cook for about 2 minutes for the carrots to soften, and then I'll add in the last ingredient. Now to this I'm just going to add the oatmeal. I've been generous with it because I want the beef to really have that aroma of oatmeal, and then I'm just adding green bell peppers, stirring for a minute and taking off, and then I'll be serving, guys. This can go very well with ugali, it can go very well with rice, matoke or green banana, can go very well with spaghetti. I'll show you how you can work with it, and it gives you this really nice meal. So you let this cook for about a minute and then you take off. This can also go very well with sweet potatoes. It can go very well with cassava. It can go very well with all these other foods that we enjoy at home. So, and the meat will be extra tender simply because of that wine that we put that acts as a tenderizer, and the time it has been on fire, because I put this on low heat, so it cooks really slow and comes out really nice, and it's flavor packed. The moment you get to have those aromas coming through of oatmeal, it will be a bit hard because it's a mixture of so many other things, but because there is plenty of oatmeal and these other ingredients, guys, this will be mouth-watering. Now I'm just going to allow this to cook on low heat until I see my oatmeal has softened and it's not floating like you see it right now. And then this will assure me of a really tasty, flavor-packed kind of pot. This, guys, will be tasty, and it can go very well with just about anything. Your favorite food. You allow it to cook until the oatmeal aromas are also squeezed out and the oatmeal has softened. Then you get your plates ready and appetites up there and start serving. Already the aromas in the kitchen are immense, so you can just imagine I'm only waiting for the oatmeal to soften and I serve. Now guys, this is how our stew would look like, and that's how I would serve it. Go ahead and try it and see how yours comes out, and don't feel shy to share whether it worked for you. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in, for subscribing, for telling friends and sharing the link, those of you who have shared, and those of you who are dropping by for the very first time. If you happen to like what you're watching, go ahead and subscribe, and together let us make beautiful meals, easy meals at home. Until next time, bye bye and take care.